There you go. Now I can see it.
Okay. Okay, that works. Okay, here we go. We're good?
Yep.
Sorry for all the technical stuff, guys. All right, so then for practice, it's what specific behaviors do you need to reach your goals? So we know that the broad behavior we want is to live a healthy lifestyle, right? And we know the skills that we need to reach that goal. And so now it is like, okay, what are specific behaviors that I need? So examples could be eat enough protein, eat enough vegetables, eat slowly and mindfully, eat to satisfy, do a mind body scan. And I do feel like often we will use these as our goals, right? Um, and they do seem fairly specific because it is a specific behavior, like, hey, I want to eat enough protein, but it's still broad enough that it doesn't necessarily happen, right? So that's what I love about this model is it goes even further. So the next part is the action. Um, so this is like the next easiest step I can take to reach this goal. Um, it's something so easy that it's almost comical, right? Like you can say 10 out of 10, I'm confident I'll do that. That's easy. So an example would be like tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. after lunch, I'll make a list in Google Docs of my favorite protein sources. And that's your next step to eating enough protein. Um, this is also the part where we would apply the SMART goals, right? This is a concept that I feel like has been talked about a lot. When you're developing a goal, in order to increase the likelihood that you'll do it, you can apply these criteria and it will help a ton to get it in your calendar. So making it specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Um, so like with this last one, right? Like it's relevant. I know because I've mapped it out from my big goal. I know that this is relevant, right? I know that it's specific. I've got all these details. I've got this measurable, like, yeah, I do it or not, right, tomorrow. And then to make it attainable, right? It's very simple, something that you know personally you can do. It fits in your life and your schedule and your calendar. And then timely, it's this week, right? These action steps are things that you want to be able to do in the next week or two. And sometimes they're daily things, sometimes it's one task. Like this one task is going to get you to eating more protein. Um, Another element to apply to this action that you're creating are the five S's. So, so you want to make sure that this action, this thing that you're committing to do is strategic. And that's what we've done. We've mapped it out from our big goal. We know that it's part of this strategy of getting where we want to be. Even though it seems so simple, it's actually getting us where it's that next step to where we want to be. And we know that because we see it. Segmental. So we're breaking it down, right? We're breaking down the steps. So when we say, okay, I want to have enough protein, someone who doesn't know even what foods have protein, that can be a really intimidating goal. Like eat enough protein. They're like, oh, well, what foods have protein, right? So we want to break them down into steps where they're going to help them feel empowered and understand what they need to, which goes into that next S, sequential. You want to make sure you're doing it in a way that you're building on your skills. So, going back to the protein, if someone doesn't even know what foods have protein, that's probably going to be where you want to start, right? Like, okay, this week, the goal or the action is um, just paying attention, maybe logging your food so you can see what has protein, maybe spending some time um, looking through a list of foods that have protein, research foods that have protein. And then from there, you can make a list of the foods you enjoy that have protein, right? So you're doing it sequentially, building on your actions to develop that skill. And then simple, yeah, like we said, you want it to just be so easy that you're gonna do it. It's like, yes, that's easy, not a problem at all. I'm gonna get that done, no issues. And then supported, that's what we do here. I mean, you're here, we're here to support you, right? As health advocates. We're here to support you. This whole group, we're here to support each other. Doing the summer games, going to a gym, having family and friends that are on a health journey with you. Like all that support is really important in reaching your goals and getting these actions done. So, um, that's the overview of the process. I do feel like that was a lot of information. Um, but really, the best way to apply this method is to start trying it out yourself. So, I would love for you guys to, let's see, to get out your own piece of paper and let's go through some goals so that each of you can leave today with an action to get where you want to be. Um, and I do want to see how many of us are there now. Let's see. Okay. Because I would love for you guys to just take a couple minutes and think about the questions. Um what is an outcome goal that I want? And just like contemplate that for a minute. Um, and piggybacking on that is what broad behavior goals do I need for that outcome goal? So I'll do that a couple minutes. And I would love for all to share if they feel comfortable. Um, I think that's a really powerful way for us to be accountable. Okay. Would anyone like to start with sharing? Do you guys feel like you're in a place to share? I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a sec and I'll
I
share.
can share.
Okay, thanks.
So I don't know, would this be kind of like, so would like an outcome goal would be something like, I want to be able to feel like I have enough energy to get throughout my day. Is that like an,
For
for
sure.
sure. Okay, would that kind of work? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Um,
awesome.
and then, sorry, and then the other smaller goals, what were they called again?
Oh, right. Well, it was more
The,
like so this is still kind of the broad goal, right? So the outcome goal is that you want to have more energy. So what are
Mhm.
the like broad behaviors that you would need to do consistently to have more energy?
So could I say like, I don't know, like drinking more water throughout the day, drinking, I don't know, like, because I don't drink enough water, um,
Right.
something like that. And then like making sure I'm getting enough sleep, like that, would that kind of be those
Yeah,
kind of goals?
So yeah, the that broader goal would be like, okay, I would love to increase my sleep quality and hydration,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
something like
that's
that.
awesome. Perfect. So yeah, if you write that at the top of the paper, then we'll just kind of um bubble chart it down. Is that what it's called? The bubble map, brainstorming map. Um, anyone else want to share?
I can share.
Oh, hey, Mandy. Yes.
Um, so I'm really good at specific goals, not necessarily doing anything for them. So my three fitness goals are one pull up, being able to do at least one 20-inch box jump, and I'm working on still wall walks. But my goal is to try to do two in 1 minute by the end of the year. Um, so like I'm getting better at doing the specific goals, but then trying to make that broader and the specific things to do on a regular basis or a daily basis is kind of the harder piece for me.
Right.
So,
Yeah, those are awesome goals. I think those are perfect. And those, so I feel like that would maybe go down in like the practices, right? Like, and the value of having the upper parts of this goal chain are more like for the motivation and knowing like, hey, this is getting me where I want to be. So like, so when we do talk about more broader, it's like, okay, is the reason you want to, what's the reason you want to do those wall walks, right? Or those pull-ups.
right. And I think that's for me, it's like, well, just that's great that you want to do those, but it's really digging the deeper of why, like what, and that's kind of the harder challenges is why do I want to be able to do a pull up? Why do I want to be able to do a box jump? Um, because the ultimate goal of being able to beat Nicole in a watt is like never going to happen. So, that's
I mean,
fine.
she always
So,
wins.
and or to be able to do the challenge with, Sarah and what's her bucket? I can't remember her name, Tari, of
Yeah.
taking my sweater off and putting it on. Like that's like it's kind like it's so I mean, because that's like I said, it's kind of that bigger why, but I think it is ultimately to show that I am capable and I am strong. And just because I can't jump 30 inches or maybe I can't jump, like understanding that me doing one is as much of a success as Nicole doing 15. And not comparing in that aspect. And so, like I said, that's like I'm still figuring out that why for myself in that aspect, which I think when I am focusing on that why, it makes it easier to stay after class and say, okay, add the plate, do the three wall walks, keep working on the scat pull-ups or whatever in that aspect. So I don't know that that answered any of your
Well, no, it sounded like
questions.
you said you want to be strong and capable. Like that's your why. Does that resonate? Like that's kind of what you said.
It does, but I also think it's there's a little bit of the whole competition isn't the right word, but kind of proving to myself that like for me the bigger why is realizing that I can be the only one celebrating that success and it's still a success. It doesn't matter. Um and so that's the ultimate really the ultimate goal that I want is that realizing that it's my journey and that my success is valuable without the comparison. Like finding my being my own champion, being my own cheerleader. Like I don't need everyone else to be like good job. I don't need everyone else to be champion me on or saying, hey, did you do your pull-ups? Or hey, did you do your box jumps? Like it's it's nice, but so that would be my I guess my ultimate big wide goal is that I can be proud of my successes without any other extrinsic rewards or celebration.
That's
But I
powerful.
probably should have chat rewrite that better.
No, no,
But yeah,
you don't. I think that was a
yeah,
beautiful way of putting it. Like you want
yeah,
to have the confidence in your own value of what you're doing,
right,
right? Like
yeah,
you want to be proud of yourself just because you're proud of yourself, not because someone else is proud of you.
right,
Right.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah. Yeah. So
I want to be proud that I did my 50 lunges every day and not have to tell everyone, even though I have told everyone, and that's fine
I'm
because
proud of you. I
because
think that's
I
awesome.
was proud of myself, and I'm okay with that. But it was nice, like just to realize that it's okay that no, and it was interesting doing them. I'm like, no one thinks I'm weird, and no one even cares, and it's great,
Yeah.
and it's fine. So
No,
yeah,
I think that's a really powerful why. And
okay,
yeah, I relate to that deeply, right? Like, I think in our society, often it is like all our motivations for what we do is to be seen and recognized and praised, right? And so for you to be like, I want to be able to reach my goals and feel proud of myself.
right,
Like, I want to be proud of myself and not care about other people's perception.
yeah,
It is something that's kind of hard to put into words, but I feel like
yeah.
you did a beautiful job.
Okay, I
Um,
will keep writing it down.
no, I think I love that. I love that idea. And so then, like when you do start kind of getting down well, to the skills, right? Like you want to have the skill of caring for your body, right?
Hmm.
Like of eating healthy, exercising, and having it be a natural part of your life that isn't weird or even like have to think about. It's just a part
Right.
of it, right? So
Yeah.
then that practice is, okay, I'm going to be able to do these box jumps because I admire others maybe that have done it. Like it seems hard, it's challenging to me, and I want to do things that are challenging
Yeah.
me to increase my confidence to see that I can do right. So then from there, it's like, hey, well, what's your next action? And it sounds like you've been doing them, right? Did you say you'll stay after and add a plate to your box jumps and you'll stay after and try a wall walk, right? Like
Right.
those
Yeah.
are your easy next actions that you're doing,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Correct.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does that all make sense? Do you feel like it's applicable or helpful to think of it?
No, no, it does. And I think it's just kind of that middle piece, like you were saying, of that broader thing of the broader goal of the overall healthy and the overall making making the habits an everyday thing. Like
Right.
it's, you know, removing the thought behind getting up at 5:30 in the morning. Like I said, it's amazing how you get in that habit and it's like you don't even think about it, but then all of a sudden you miss 3 days and it's like you don't go for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, like so it's just it's kind of a I don't know that next step in that aspect to make I don't know how to remove I don't know how to make it an everyday. Like I said, I hit snooze on my alarm. Like I put my workout clothes out before, then sometimes I'll read the workout and I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to do that, but maybe I'll wake up. And even this morning, this is a perfect example. I had a substitute in the temple this morning and I'm like, 6 rounds, that's a lot. And I'm also getting to the point now where I'm like, I don't want to just do 4 rounds and leave on time because then I feel like I didn't that it doesn't count, like,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, well, if I wake up, then maybe I'll go. I'm not going to set my alarm. I'll set my alarm for the right time to go to the temple. And guess what? I woke up at 5:05 to go pee. And I went, yeah, no, I'm not going. So I just went pee and then woke up an hour later to go to the temple. But like I said, but I would love to be like, nope, I'm gonna go. My workout clothes are already out. My bag is already packed to be able to leave early and change or whatever in that aspect. Um, and so like that middle piece of that broader thing, like you're talking about, I think is the piece that I'm still working on of figuring out that next step.
Right.
So
I really like what you said about like wanting to show yourself that you're strong and capable, right? Like
Right.
I feel like those are very powerful words, so if you could pull those into your bigger why, and have it be something that you can easily remember and tell yourself. So it's like, hey, I'm up at 5:05. I am going to prove to myself I have the self-respect to follow through with what I actually want, which is to be
Yeah.
capable, right? Like having something like that. And that's where you can like whittle it down to like what's the very next easy action, which for you is probably like spend 5 minutes mulling over this why every day
Yeah.
for the next,
Right.
like put it on your calendar. I don't know if it's like, hey, while you eat breakfast, while you eat one of your meals, choose one of your meals. And it's like during that meal, I'm going to be mulling over this sentence of why, right?
Yeah.
This sentence. And then it's like, hey, how likely is it that I can do that? What do I need to be able to make that happen? All
Okay.
right.
I will try that next week and report back.
That's awesome. Do you feel like do you need to write it down or have it on?
I'm no, and I'm going to write it down. And I think writing it down, maybe put it on my phone. Um, I think writing it down in a couple places is kind of what I need to do. And like you said, mulling, because I mull over all the reasons why I shouldn't go, and I
Mhm.
mull over all the reasons why it's not a good idea to go. And so I'm able to talk myself out of it. And so I like that. I like that. So
Right. Well,
yeah.
and I do think I will say that sometimes I don't look at the workouts. I just go. It's like
Right.
easier not to look at
Yes.
the workouts, right?
Yes. But then sometimes I gotta know what shoes I'm supposed to wear. And I guess I could take both
Oh,
shoes,
I
but
see. You just pack
so
both. You pack
yeah,
both
so
shoes.
I'm not good like everyone else that brings their gym bag that has all their different shoes and then wears
Right, their
slippers to
gear.
shoes. Like I just put my shoes on. So maybe if I go buy new shoes, so I guess I need to go buy new shoes and a new gym bag. So then that will help
That's
with
your
that
next step.
motivation. So that's my
That's
next
the
step. And
next,
so
yeah.
when my husband's like, "Why are you spending money?" I'll be like, "Well, because CrossFit said I had to because it helps with my goals." So I like it.
I
I have a
think it
plan.
works. It fits.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
I am doing this because I love myself, right?
Yes.
This is all
Yes.
for the bigger goal, and
Yes. Yes.
and it is.
So
It
yeah.
is.
So no, I love that.
Well,
So thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Mandy. Did anyone else want to share like their big goal or outcome or behavior goal? Oh, there are some chats. I love it. Sarah said, it seems like I'm working on that motivation middle piece all of the time forever. Staying motivated is hard. That's why we have to try and make things habits. And I'd say to yes, like 100% Sarah, and that's why we have each other. I feel like accountability is so huge, right? Um, oh, and Nicole said, Mandy, I love that. You should be proud. That's amazing. Oh, Mandy, you make my day every time. Um, And I feel bad that Jared seems to have left. Is Jared here? I don't see. Sorry. I'm sure I made him feel uncomfortable that we were all girls, so sorry. Did anyone else want to share or talk through like the process of trying to figure out their goals, Bonnie?
Well, I feel like I'm like, we should have done this 20 years ago because I'm 20 years older than all you, and probably more than that, probably like almost 25 or 30 years older than a lot of you guys. But, you know, I, I, I've really been noticing as we've been out, we go out to things, to different just activities, and people, you guys are so smart to do this at your age because people age so much faster when they're not active. And you see people that are, you know, 90. Like we were riding the trails down in St. George and we stopped and here's this lady and she was 92 riding a bike. And
Wow.
we stopped and we were talking to her, because she literally looked like she was 70.
Wow.
And so we were talking to her and she just told us, and then when she told us how old she was, and it's because she's kept active, she's had a good diet, she's paid attention, and those are all things that I didn't do when I was in my 30s and 40s and 50s. So
I
anyway,
mean, yeah, it's normal not to, right? Like, and I think too, it's changed. Society's changed. So,
well, I think you're tied up with your children and this and
for
that and
sure.
activities and all this stuff. And we as women, we just let it go.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing you could do in the world. Okay, I'm shutting up. Goodbye.
I appreciate it, Bonnie. I like to hear that because sometimes I feel selfish, like making
No,
it a
nope.
priority. So I love getting your perspective.
Well, no, I don't feel like it's selfish when you're healthy
Yeah.
because then you can take care of your parents and your children. And, if you're not healthy, you will pay the price. But
Yeah.
I appreciate everything you guys are trying to teach us. So,
Well, we're glad you're here. Um, did you have any thoughts with your big goals or questions about applying things right now?
well, you're going to think this is funny because I'm so when you get older,
Mhm.
you get I don't know if you've heard of this, you get a cortisol belly.
Oh,
And
yes.
you will see, yeah, but I had never heard that. And you'll see a thin, thin person and they turn and they've got this huge belly and it's from the cortisol. Well, that I have never heard of that, but I can understand it.
Right.
So I think things like, education and those kind of things to teach us what we do to prevent that. And once you get it, how you overcome it. So
Yeah. So you feel like that's part of your process is like overcoming the cortisol belly,
yeah,
preventing, is that?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's funny because if you have that in your, I always have called it a mosquette because my mom had one, my grandma had one, all my
Yeah.
aunts had them, and it's like, are you kidding me? This
Yeah.
is there. So, okay, I'm shutting up. Goodbye.
No, no, I mean I want to know. So what so if your goal is to that's your outcome goal, right? Is to get rid of your cortisol belly, right? Does that sound right?
Yeah. Well, and to still be moving, I see my neighbors who, they quit moving.
Right.
And yeah.
No,
And
it's huge. So yeah, that would be actually your behavior. Those broad behavior goals is to move consistently, right? Like to move consistently and educate myself on how to
avoid that.
like yeah,
Yeah. What do
cortisol,
you need to do? But
right?
that's why I appreciated what Mandy said because, um, you know, don't get up, don't do that, don't do this, and yet
Right.
you'll pay the price later. So it might be 20 years or 25, but it's coming.
That's true. I mean, yeah, we want to pretend we're going to be young forever. And it catches up with us faster than we want, I think. But um so then the skill, right? If you're mapping out this goal, your skill would then be I need skills to eat mindfully, manage stress, right? And those would be like these skills that you are developing, and even just like educating yourself on cortisol belly, what causes it, prevention and treatment. And then, you know, webbing that down to the practices. So if you're thinking of education, so the practice would be like reading articles regularly, or maybe there's someone that you follow that specializes in it that you can read about their stuff. Um, Managing your stress, right? It's like learning about breathing techniques or implementing breathing techniques daily, having, I love personally trash journaling. I talk about it all the time, right? Where you're just getting everything out so you're not bottling it up, right? So those would be some ideas of practices. And then if we were to go down to like your very next action, in those three skill categories, which one do you feel like is most important? So learning about it, managing your stress, or like eating healthy, which one do you want to work on right now?
Well, as always, I've always struggled with my protein.
Okay,
I mean, by the time you get 100, grams of protein in a day, that's a lot for us.
right.
So, but
So you
yeah.
feel like, so what part of getting the protein is hard? Do you feel like you don't know what foods have protein? You don't like the foods, like you're too full when you eat? Like what aspect of it is hard?
Well, I like to drink my protein and I don't like it creamy. I
Yeah.
like it water, which
Yeah.
is really hard. So,
Ah. Have you found, I mean, there are the clear protein powders. Have you tried those?
oh, I've tried those and some of them are,
Gross.
yeah, like worse than gross. So if anybody has a really good clear protein that's,
We really like the Clean Simple Eats ones. Have you used those ones?
the what?
Clean Simple Eats.
Oh, no, uh-uh.
My husband and I drink those a lot. And there's one that's like a cranberry. It's like Christmassy. It's so yummy. It's my favorite probably. But I'll post on Circle some of my
Okay.
favorite clear
Yeah,
proteins.
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. But yes, do you not like meat and things? Or
Well, we eat a lot of chicken. I'm
uh,
not wild about beef,
yeah.
so yeah. And I have throat issues, so you have to be real careful with meat.
Yeah. That
So
do you like fish or no?
no,
You don't like any fish?
not at all. Sorry.
That is hard actually. Because
It is very hard. And the other thing, I hate eggs.
oh,
I
okay.
would be a lot better if I loved eggs and fish. So you guys just love all that stuff because everything's good for you I don't like.
No, that's hard. Okay, I'll tell you something crazy you could try. I have done egg whites with protein powder. It's crazy and kind of weird, but it's palatable. So if you wanted to try something like that, you get the egg whites, the protein, but I just buy them from like Costco.
Yeah.
If you could handle that. What about kefir? Oh, beans. Lila said beans.
Oh, what kind of beans? Just black beans and
Yeah, kidney beans, cannellini. I've been eating those a lot lately, or like um pinto beans, chickpeas. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
But yeah, so maybe for you, like a next action could be researching what foods have proteins. Because actually, like veggies, there are veggies that have proteins. Edamame, have you had, if you do like beans, there's tons of options with beans, cheese, like cottage cheese, tofu, cheese sticks.
Yeah, we eat lots of cottage cheese, but yeah,
Yeah,
but you get sick
kefir.
of it.
Oh,
So
for sure. For
yeah.
sure. So what if this week you sat down and wrote and researched, like asked ChatGPT or something or Google to give you a list of foods with protein and how much is in them, and then from there you can highlight all the foods you enjoy that have protein. Do
Okay, sounds great.
you feel like that's doable?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I think we are getting low on time. Claire, did you feel like I've with Mandy and Bonnie, I kind of walked them through it all. Did you feel like you wanted to walk through yours, Claire, or do you kind of understand it? What are you
I
thinking?
think I get it. I was just, yeah, I think that what you said helped for sure.
Perfect, perfect. Um, any other thoughts or questions? Okay, a couple things. Oh, walk without falling is Kelly's outcome goal, overall goal. I love that. How is your foot? Your toe? You broke your toe, right, Kelly? Is it better?
Um, my toe was feeling better, then I broke it again, and now I'm 100% fine.
Okay, you're good.
So,
You're good now.
so
Oh, good.
yeah,
That's
but
so
I
exciting.
really have a problem with balancing. I what I last this past weekend, and it was a dirt. I had problems standing. I had problems going to one to the other because it was dirt and it had rocks and that kind of
Oh.
stuff. So,
Well, and I would say totally understandable with all your injuries, right? Like it would make sense. You kind of need to just start from like make it sequential, start from the base of building it up. So, what are you doing or what are you already doing any sort of like physical therapy and stuff to help?
so no, I'm done with physical therapy. But I restarted Pilates, so I think that will help.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. That will totally help. Do you want to walk through the goal process? I mostly am like,
no,
okay,
we're done.
you
So
just want to hear. Okay. You didn't want
No,
to.
we could totally stay. This is so
no,
good. So for real, Kelly, you should share your goal.
Uh, well, yeah, no, I think that's honestly perfect, right? Like your next action for getting to that walking without falling, starting Pilates is huge. And
yeah,
even going on walks, right?
yes.
That's awesome.
And I can only go a block, or else my hip hurts, my back hurts, and so
Right. And do that block, and then you do a little bit more. Right. I just keep thinking how exercise is a long game. We don't need to be winning any races today. It's all about the consistency over years and years and years. So wherever you're at is awesome. Walking the one block, perfect. Right. And then you just keep doing it and you get stronger. It's amazing. Our bodies are pretty incredible in that way. Um, Okay, so there were a couple things that I did want to add before we end. One of them is I do have this. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, so I have this PDF that gives examples of like the different areas of the GSPA. So, like, if your skill was you wanted to eat enough nutrients, some practice would be like, hey, I want to eat enough protein. And then these bullet points are actions. And this PDF, I love it because it does help you think outside the box more. I think really often we just kind of get stuck inside, oh, I need to eat healthy. I need to just eat more protein, right? And there are things that maybe we've tried and over and over and over. And this document just has a ton of really cool ideas to think of next actions that are doable, that are more unique. So, like if you do want to move well, you focus on form, notice and name your physical sensations, right? It gives ideas of things that I wouldn't necessarily think of myself. And I love that it goes into like sleep and stress management. So this is a PDF that I'll share with you guys, and you can look through it and see. I mean, it kind of even gives you ideas of goals you do want, maybe that you don't think of on your own. And then also, um, going to the Summer games. I'll just end with this. So, I I know in my life, accountability has been the most successful way that I have gotten healthy. So having friends that I'm working with, having a goal together that we're doing, I mean, it's huge. And you guys, I mean, I'm preaching to the choir because you're here. You understand the power of accountability. We're really excited about these summer games. I mean, I am so insanely impressed with what Sarah has created. It's super interactive and fun and easy to use. And you accrue points and you can earn challenge or win challenges and earn prizes. And um, anyway, it's really going to be cool. And I think it's such a powerful way for you to track all of your different goals. There's something for everyone in it. Um, And then also just to kind of keep us thinking about it through the summer months as things get crazy and, vacations and things, it brings us back to like, okay, yeah, this is something that's important to me. So yeah, I'm just gonna say again, our kickoff call is Tuesday night. There is a buy-in, so it's $20. Because we are giving away like prizes of things you'll want that are, high quality. So it's $20 and that's for the whole summer. So May to September. And actually, I'll let Nicole finish up. I explain anything else about that, but I just for sure wanted to put a plug in for it. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. We did do $20. We tried to keep it really low, and the purpose for that is to be able to put the money into prizes. We're going to have some challenges for people that really want to get serious about it. But if this is more of a motivation thing and finances are an issue, then just reach out to me, send me a text, and I do have a code that we can give it to you for free. We mostly just want this to be an environment that keeps you engaged and motivated because like Mary said, it really is about when you get involved, then it's almost like life gets back involved with you and progress and change can happen. But when you choose to sit stagnant and when you choose to not move and be active, literally and like metaphorically, then everything kind of sits. So I did put that in the link, but other than that, bring a friend. Let's we'd love to just fill this summer health games thread and leaderboard and goals up. Yeah. Am I missing anything, Lila or Sarah or Claire?
I don't think so. I think,
Got it?
yeah, I think that you covered it.
Okay. One of the goals that I am the most excited about that's inside of that tracker is we're doing a plant diversity challenge. So for myself, I tend to eat really mainstream. I buy the same fruits and vegetables every week, every time, like I don't vary from that very often. And having a variety is something that has like been nagging in the back of my mind for a long time. And this is like the perfect opportunity. And I'm going to get my kids on board and we're going to try to hit. Lila's been so kind to share a document with us that's inside of that health tracker where you can track 300 different plant-based vegetables and fruits and seeds and nuts and grains. And every time you do it, you can kind of check it off. And the goal here is, or the goal would be in the 105 days to hit 300 different plants and forms of food. And that is one that I am actually super pumped about. So come join us. It'll be so much fun. Unless there's any more questions, I think we're kind of coming to a close.
Bonnie had asked if we can print the PDF, and we should be able to. I think on I'll just share like the link on Circle. And so you should be able to when you open it, it's like a PDF on a web page. So
Awesome. And Bonnie, if you click on the link, it will just prompt you to pay. That is the payment link. And once you go through that portal, then it will drop you right. It should. I mean, it should drop you from what we've vetted right into the Summer Health Gains Challenger section of that. And then in there, there's a link. Once you click on that link, it will pop up the tracker. And the tracker is legit. Sarah did a great job. So we were really excited about that. If you do have problems, then you know how to text me and I will absolutely help you through it. Cool. Okay. Well, you guys, thank you for being here. Mary, that was spectacular. I have a whole notebook full of notes. So goals are my jam and I love them. So thank you for providing
me
the
too.
insight.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. We'll talk to you guys. Actually, if you come next Tuesday, May 19th at 8 p.m. Same thing.
Awesome. See you Tuesday.
See you
Thank you.